Hello, guys. Welcome to Cross Counter again. I'm Tasty Steve.
I'm Genesis, what's up?
What we're gonna do here is just like we promised, we're gonna give you guys an introduction to Guilty Gear. But first, we're gonna start off with the very basic things. We're gonna try to get to it best we can, Street Fighter style. That way, we can kind of break you guys in best way possible. But the first thing that's nothing like Street Fighter is the button layout.
Yeah, the button layout for Guilty Gear is quite a weird game. It technically is a 5-button layout, not a 6 like we're used to. It's not jab, short, strong, fierce, that kind of good thing. So I'll go ahead and hold this up. Hope you guys can see it okay. So pretty much the way the layout goes, kind of ignore this button. It goes punch, kick, slash, heavy slash, and dust. And then this is arcades, and generally is not actually there when you're playing an arcade. It's just the 5-button, kind of like a, I don't know, a gateway layout.
Yeah, they actually call it the N.
The N?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a lowercase N, and that's pretty much the button layout. A little bit strange. Usually we're used to punches on top, kicks on bottom. In this game, it's actually punch on the bottom, kick on top, with slashes on side. But that's pretty much the basic button layout. So try to remember those buttons. We'll be referring to moves as those buttons, so you guys get used to the actual layout of the game. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it all. Okay, so as you can see here probably, there's a lot of stuff going on the HUD of the game. They're actually, first off, we're gonna see like the life gauge, burst, all that stuff. So we're gonna cover all that kind of stuff first so you guys can get a general intro into that.
All right, first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with the life gauge. The life gauge is in yellow, and as it goes down, it actually changes color. And the red outlines how much damage is actually lost from a particular combo or an actual hit. That covers over all characters. All characters have 420 life, right?
Yeah, I believe it's 420 health for everybody, but they do have different resistances. Now, I don't know how they actually gauge the resistance specifically, but characters like Sold is a little bit more burly of a character. Ino is a girl character, so she will actually take quite a bit of damage from just one move. Right. Characters like Chip, stuff like that, will take damage, immensely fast because they're quick.
Chip is considered a pixie, just like Dizzy is considered a pixie. So their lives are really low. They have very low defense. But all characters in this game actually have a resistance. Basically, just like in Marvel, where they had that magic pixel thing, in this game it's on purpose. It's intentional. What it does is when your life gets low, it takes a little more damage for your character to die. And basically they call that guts. Now the rating differs for each character, but the thing is, it's always there. So when your life gets low, it might seem like it's a little harder, or that pixel might not disappear as fast as you think it is. It's actually just the guts rating of each character.
Yeah. And then next down, we'll go down to the tension bar. Let me actually reset. I think I messed this up. Let me go down to make it not infinity. We'll start it at 0. The meter in this game, I mean, we're generally used to meter being built by hitting and blocking and stuff like that in Capcom games. This game is a little bit different. It's actually tries to promote more aggressive play. So it's actually by movement. So as you can see here, if you look down at my bar, I'm Soul. If I dash forward at her, I start slowly getting up to meter. So as you can see right now, it is blue. Blue is anything before 25% meter. If I keep going over, it should switch over to green. There you go. Wait, still, why does it seem like it's going so slow? Okay, there you go. So that's 25% bar, so that means you can do FRCs and all that kind of stuff. We'll touch into that kind of stuff later. And if we keep going, it'll go to red bar, which is 50% and above. And then on over to purple when it gets there. Purple, there we go. And then the rest is just gold, as you can see there over there on Steve's side. It is gold is when it's 100%. So that's pretty much how tension breaks down. And tension is essentially super bar, EX bar, if you want to call it, whatever how you want to refer it. But I mean, there are different ways to spend EX bar too.
Yes, there are several different ways actually. Like you said, as indicated by the color of the bar, what happens is you need the bar to do several different things. One thing is to do super moves. Super moves takes 50% of your tension. And with that 50% of your tension, it shows you that by the color. 25% of your bar actually goes to FRCs, which we'll get into a little later, as well as FRCs and EX moves. So you really don't have to, well actually it's just force breaking of the move.
It's not really an EX move. We talk about it as like a move like this. Anything that shines like that, see it took away 25%, as well as he was saying with false roaming cancels.
But like I said, we'll go further into detail on those a little later. It takes 100% of your bar, well actually it just takes all your remaining bar to go into instant kill mode, and we'll go into that a little later also, or maybe in another episode. But those are the basic uses. So we have 50% uses a overdrive, a super move, 25% for force breaks / EXs, and as well as FRCs, and another 50% is used to do regular roaming cancels.
And while we were talking about meter, I will tell you another big thing about meter. If you guys didn't see it happening right there, so like I said, this game provokes very aggressive play. Now, going towards them builds meter, but backing away from them, okay, obviously we're going to be able to back away. You have to play footsies with the character sometimes. If you backdash 3 times in a row consecutively, or just keep going backwards. I see how it says danger down there now? It's because I'm not doing anything. So I get a danger, and that means I'm almost in danger for negative penalty. If I continue to backdash and keep backing off, I get a negative penalty, which I just lost all my meter. So it kind of refers to, like I said, more aggressive plays. You can't just keep away, and you have to kind of keep slowly. Like, kind of the big part of the game is slowing, kind of edging meter away. But I mean, you don't obviously want to back away. That's another really big thing about tension, is you can actually lose all of it if you keep playing very, too defensively.
Right, and there's numerous ways to gain meter in this game. Unlike Street Fighter games or some Capcom games, you can't gain meter by whiffing normals. All your meter is gained by moving forward, advancing forward, and actually hitting the other person.
Yeah, as you can see, I mean, the more combos I'm doing, I actually am getting a little bit of bar, and I'm still moving forward at the same time. So just even getting ready to set them up for the Oki again, as you move forward, you're getting a little bit of bar each and every time. So, and then also getting hit does give you meter too,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes.
So that does work out.
And this applies to various instances in the game. Certain characters, they benefit more from doing more pressure, and they get just enough meter to do the things they need with that bar.
Yeah.
And like I said before, that's another thing we'll cover a little later. But you also have to keep in mind that with that meter gain, you still have to control it to do other various things. So there's a lot going on the screen, like I said before, and we're going to try to get to all of it.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go to the guard bar. Now, the guard bar, some of you might be familiar with it, but it was in other games, like other Capcom games, like CVS 2, Street Fighter Alpha. It works a little differently in this game.
I'll go ahead and block for you.
So, as you can see right now, he blocks, and each time he blocks something, the guard bar goes up.
Yeah, the guard bar is a little red bar. You can see it slowly going up next to my picture up there.
Now, what can happen right now is you can make them block so much that the bar starts to flash. Now let me hit you. As you can see what happened right there, it automatically goes in a counter hit.
Yeah, I didn't hit any button at all, which is really big in this game because counter hit combos do lead to a lot of damage. So if you're actually blocking too much without throwing the button back and trying to put them back into it, you could get really badly punched. You can get a counter hit punch and it's going to hurt real bad.
Yeah, and that varies per character. Like I said, each move has a different guard stun level, and some moves even have to the point where they just crank it immensely high to get you to that point. And those are some of the heavier hitting characters like Slayer, maybe Potemkin.
Yeah.
But the fact is that is a very real thing, and it's kind of something new to deal with if you're just starting to play Guilty Gear or you're new to the engine. So you have to keep that in mind. But you also have to keep in mind with that guard bar and with all the offense and defense, one of your only options will probably be the dead angle.
Yeah.
And that dead angle is basically like a counter or an alpha counter done with 50% of your bar.
Yeah.
So, and even further along down the line, you have to remember each character gets meter at a different speed.
So you see how intense this game is, man? There's so much stuff you gotta take in. But right now, like I said, this is strictly introductory, so we'll go all that stuff later. But as you guys can see, it's gonna be a very long haul tutorial that we're sending you here. So you want to go over burst next, and then stuff
yeah,
like
we
that.
can go over
burst bar. So as you can see, burst bar. If you guys are actually familiar with Persona, it's pretty similar to that. If he's putting a pressure string on me or something like that, I can burst and just get him off me. That is a defensive burst. Your burst does go away there. Let me not take that off. I'll take it off in a second. And then obviously offensive burst or gold burst is if they're not hitting anything and I go up and burst. I just got all my bar. So there is indeed a strategy to making people. There, it was right under. Yeah. Indeed, a strategy to making people baiting out bursts and stuff like that, getting your gold burst, trying to get meter. And once you burst, it does go away. As you can see, I get down to the B. It slowly comes back over time. Is there more ways to get back burst bar?
The only way to get back burst is to get hit.
To get hit? Okay.
Yeah.
So to get them off you in the first place, to get it back, you gotta start getting hit again. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Both counteract. As you can see, it's slowly going up, and surely it goes all the way over to the B, R, S, T, and then eventually we'll get a brand new burst. So you can pretty much get 2 bursts a game, depending on where you spend the burst and how much you're getting hit without dying, I guess. But I mean, at a higher level, you're probably gonna die pretty quick regardless. So.
And basically, that's just used, like you said, to get people off of you.
Yeah.
If you can't take a lot of pressure, you can burst. But you have to keep in mind, bursts aren't completely invincible. They're not. We'll touch on that a little later also.
Yeah, that's a big part of this game. Okay, so that's pretty much, now that I think about it, yeah, that's pretty much the whole hood. The timer's in the middle right now, it's on infinity. It starts at 99 and goes down as usual. So now let's get right into movement. So now you can actually see some movement on the screen. You saw how this game works earlier. So right now I am just double dashing forward like normal, just forward and holding it down. So there are no forward dashes in this game with the exception of Johnny, correct?
Yes.
So Johnny is the only character in this game that has a regular forward dash. So as you can see, I'm just forward dashing now. And then you can see Ino is also why I picked her. She has a really weird forward dash. If you've ever played Morgan in Darkstalker or something like that, she can actually forward dash and go into the air. So a little bit people are unique, but it's mostly forward dash and keep running.
Well, and the only reason we touch on this is because if you're not used to games where running is an accessible thing, then it kind of throws you off. It keeps the pressure up. Those familiar with SNK games, they might be used to it. But like I said, you might be new to the genre of Guilty Gear, the title of Guilty Gear, so this might be new. Each character might have a different one, but most of the runs are the same. It's just like Souls, where they actually dash forward and they can push you. Whereas Ino's, hers is like Morgan's, and it puts her off at an angle, except for her dash, which is normal. It just takes her straight forward. Now, every character besides Potemkin has a double jump. And that also goes into the fact of dashing and backdashing. All of this movement actually, it's really hard to get into.
Yeah.
It's kind of losing my way right now. But
It's okay, man.
you have to remember that it is special for each character. Potemkin does not have a double jump.
Yeah, he's too big for that, man.
Yeah.
He's not messing around. He's going to crack the ground.
And he doesn't have a run. I believe he has a dash.
He has like a
also.
little hop too.
Yeah.
I think it's a little like a hop. So that's pretty much the general thing. As you can see here too, we have backdashes. So backdashing is still the same for any Capcom guys that are used to that game. They do have invincibility frames on them, but like I said, be careful as you're backdashing because as you can see now, I am mashing it and getting negative penalty, danger. So I mean, backdashing is good in this game, but
because
it's not.
You have to remember, it's the fact that backdashes in this game are invincible to a certain degree, and it all varies per character, which is a specific thing.
Yeah.
So you can have setups to where you backdash. Backdashing is a pivotal part of certain characters' game. For instance, like Potemkin, his backdash is literally invincibility into P-Buster.
Yeah.
That's where most of his damage comes
P-Buster,
from.
if you guys do not know, is SPD pretty much.
Right.
360 throw, it does huge damage.
So, and like I said, this all plays a part in the movement of certain characters. It just gives you a feel of how unique the characters are.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get into.
Yeah. And now that is only the ground movement. So then we also have air movement like you touched on before. Everyone has a regular jump and a double jump. Some characters' jump arcs are different. I don't know, let's see, let's jump at the same time. Ready, 1, 2. I think we pretty much go like the same height. Like
I
everyone
go
is
about the same
generally
height.
like about this. Soul's a pretty Ryu-esque character as far as movement and stuff like that goes. So that's pretty much the general height. You can do double jumps very shallow, or you can do them really early. You also have air dash in this game. So you want to go ahead and touch on that, Steve?
Well, air dashes are very special things. Only because you have to remember, it helps with the pressure, and you do get meter for air dashing also. Now, keeping in mind that momentum, it carries over. So if you run and do it, you still have the run animation as well as the jump arc animation, and then you have the air dash.
Yeah, as you can see here, I'm kind of just jumping forward. So I mean, I'm going in a pretty good distance, but if I run and super jump, and run and jump regularly, see how much farther I actually do go. So it's once again really good to keep on the pressure for characters that have low jumps like that. And you saw right there, I did a really weird jump. They also have super jumps in this game too, and that is signified by your hue after, but you cannot double jump unless you have 3.
You get like an after image.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, other characters have different air dash as well as jump properties also. Chip has 3 jumps in the air.
Yeah, he's kind of Chun-Li-esque if you're thinking UMVC3 and stuff like that. He can actually jump, so he actually can super jump and dash.
Right.
So.
Milia has 2 air dashes, and Dizzy has 3 air dashes.
Yeah.
And Potemkin doesn't have an air dash at all. Once again, just playing on the point.
Pretty much, if you like movement, don't play Potemkin. He's coming into everything we're saying right now.
But yeah, you have to remember, like I said, each character is unique in this game, so going into and learning their movement as well as their backdash, as well as just animations in general, is really pivotal. And when you jump, you actually only get one option. You get one button in the air before you hit the ground again. Just to let that be known. I know a lot of games where you can super jump, you can just fall down doing anything, but you can like some people can like rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only get that or a super. I mean, you can get a special move too. As you can see, I'm doing like Soul Sidewinder here. I can't really do anything after, even though I'm hitting like punch on the way down, which is extremely fast. There's no way I'm gonna get another action on the way down just because that's the way that works.
Right, right. And as well as, like you said, you have to remember these are all things that are very intricate to the system. You have to understand these things before you go into the deeper parts of the game system. And that's actually what we're getting at. We just want you guys to feel at home with the actual HUD or
Yeah.
the UI that is, you know, so you could understand it when we go into these later videos and break down certain parts.
Yeah, like obviously we kind of, I mean, we know it's a little bit slow, but you guys got to take this all in, obviously. So like we just talked about all the interesting of that. So now you kind of know how air dashing is. Air dashing is jump and then backdash, jump, forward dash. And there also is instant air dashing in this game, which if you were not familiar with, is exactly what it sounds like. It is an instant air dash. I suck doing it. There we go. So if you play Persona or any other anime games, you can kind of know how that motion is going. But for those of you that don't, we'll kind of break it down for you.
The way it works is the same thing with forward and back. You can do air dashes forward and backwards, but the thing is you can do them the minute you leave the ground. Certain characters have better options of doing this, and you can even kind of cheat the system by jumping and wait until you get lower to the ground and then air dashing. But most people, especially in this game, in certain situations where you can actually continue combos, you can hit and do an instant air dash to continue your combo.
Right.
To do that, you honestly, all you have to do is hit up forward and hit forward again.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard, but the thing is, it gives you some of the optimum combo starting positions, as well as it gives you one of the lowest ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can even do, there's special ways to get lower ones also, but like I said, we'll touch on that a little later.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. But like you said too, I mean, like you were saying too, you can do up forward and then another forward for the dash, or up back and then back for the dash. The way that works is because up forward technically does count as a forward. So you're jumping, right now I'm just jumping, doing forward, forward, and I'm dashing back, jumping, then back, back. If you do up forward, forward, it looks like that. Back, forward, back, it looks like that. I mean, you can do it either way too. I think you can go back, forward, there we go, like something really weird like that. But I mean, generally just the up forwards do count indeed as forwards. So that is an instant air dash if you guys are familiar with games. I mean, if most of you just play Capcom players. I think you can do it, and you can do it like in Marvel and stuff like that too. But I mean, they have button dashing,
yeah.
so you know. You really
I
don't
used
need
to play
do that.
Marvel just like high instant air dash
Dashing.
in this game. So let's touch over what we actually went over. We went over the life gauge system, the resistance, as well as the tension meter, the guard meter, burst, negative penalty, the combo. Well, we didn't go over the combo counter.
Yeah, you want to go over the combo counter real quick? So
All
we
right,
do that.
just do a combo. All right.
I'm sure. There you go. Boom.
Now, right now it's called, in this game it's called the beat bar. And the way it works is, if you're actually doing a combo and it connects, the word beat will stay colorful, but if you drop a combo or if you do an uncombo, I don't even know how we show this.
It's because it's like if I can't think of a combo with Soul, but it's kind of like how Persona works with the yellow number combos. If it's a part where you could have teched but you didn't tech, I'm essentially getting like a training mode combo where it's like the computer that's not teching. Then I can do that kind of stuff. But yeah, what color does it go?
It goes black. If a combo actually doesn't combo, it
Yeah.
goes black. And it lets you know that you can, that's basically what it's there for.
Yeah.
To let you know that you could have actually recovered.
Let me see if I can. Okay, I'll say it might be able to do some stuff like OTG wise.
No,
it's
those
not.
are all actual
Those are all
combos.
Sorry, I don't know how to drop combos in this game, excuse me. So yeah, but like you said, it's not really important, but it's also, like I said, familiar to Persona players and stuff like that, that when it does change over, you're not actually doing a combo because they could have teched out, but they decided not to, or they weren't matching hard enough, and then now they're stuck in a combo that actually doesn't work in real life. So that's the combo meter in a nutshell. And then as far as movement, we covered regular forward runs, back dashing, jumping, double jumping, super jumping, instant air dashing, all that stuff. There's so much stuff to talk about in this game, we could go on for days. But that's pretty much the first tutorial that we're going to do, just a basic intro to Guilty Gear as a whole.
So on the next video, what we're actually going to cover, we're going to go into more the actual intricacies, intermediate skills that you guys should learn you should know while playing the game, only because it gets harder as you go into character specifics.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the end of our video for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, things to make the videos better. We're good listeners.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Later.